You won't believe how close the top two domains were. Let's start with the weakest. Deadly sentencing transforms the battlefield into a courtroom drama. Once activated, the user and the target play out a trial under the rules of a legal system. Judgment announces charges, and the target can respond with silence, denial, or confession. Depending on the arguments and judgment's verdict, a sentence is delivered, most often the confiscation of cursed technique. While innovative and brilliant, this domain lacks lethality and guaranteed offense. Its reliance on honesty, logic, and formal structure makes it ineffective against chaotic or powerful opponents. It's more a psychological tool than a combat weapon. Next is womb perfusion. Womb perfusion manifests a massive, cursed structure of grotesque, spiraling faces without enclosing a barrier, mirroring Sukuna's open-type domain. Its guaranteed hit is similar in nature to a maximum, Uzumaki Impact Blast. While it broke down Yuki's simple domain and injured her, the domain was ultimately neutralized by Tengen. While visually intimidating and technically impressive, its offensive output remains ambiguous and was swiftly countered, a strong concept that failed to deliver a definitive impact in battle. Next is Threefold Affliction, a surreal domain filled with floating, nerve-like constructs. It supports the activation of Yorozu's strongest weapon, the True Sphere, an object capable of bypassing all forms of defense. However, against Sukuna, she hesitated and never activated her cursed technique. The True Sphere never landed. Despite its theoretical potential, the execution fell apart completely in its only appearance. Power means nothing if you can't pull the trigger. Next is Coffin of the Iron Mountain. This domain simulates the inside of an active volcano. Magma bursts and ambient heat are so intense they could combust normal sorcerers on contact. Its guaranteed hit is an environmental molten strike, but Jogo's domain was completely suppressed by Gojo's unlimited void. Jogo never used it against Sukuna out of fear. Devastating in theory, but utterly dismantled by more refined domains. Strong concept, poor resilience. Next is Dagon's domain. Dagon's domain manifests a beach surrounded by sea and forest. Within it, he deploys aquatic shikigami that auto-hit their targets by manifesting at the point of impact. After evolving into a fully formed curse, he overwhelmed 3 sorcerers with Death Swarm. However, Megumi's domain interference, followed by Toji's intrusion, completely nullified it. Efficient and visually unique, but still susceptible to disruption. Once its rhythm is broken, the domain loses its overwhelming pressure. Next is Time Cell Moon Palace. Once activated, this domain injects animation frames into the opponent's neck. If the opponent doesn't move according to a 24 FPS standard, they receive microscopic and then massive cuts. It completely immobilized Daido and Mio. However, it couldn't recognize Maki, who has no cursed energy, allowing her to freely dismantle Naoya. Brilliant mechanics, but has hard counters, which limits its reliability. Next is Chimera Shadow Garden. Megumi's incomplete domain floods the battlefield with shadows, allowing him to summon Shikigami from any angle. The terrain becomes his weapon, his shield, and his trap. While it's unstable and unfinished, it allowed Megumi to disrupt Dagon's sure-hit domain and create openings for allies. It's not complete, but the chaos it creates is undeniable. Next is Self-Embodiment of Perfection. It increases the effectiveness of Mahito's idol transfiguration cursed technique by allowing him to transfigure the souls of the targets within his domain without requiring physical contact. However, a major drawback of this ability is that Mahito is forced to touch the souls of everyone inside the domain, which backfires when Yuji Itadori entered the domain from the outside, causing Mahito to unintentionally touch Sukuna's soul a second time, prompting the King of Curses to lash out at Mahito. Sukuna slashed his body with 2 devastatingly deep cuts, severely damaging Mahito to the point that he was unable to maintain his domain expansion, causing it to collapse. Next is Gambling Addiction. Idle Death Gamble turns the battlefield into a pachinko game. If Hakari hits a jackpot, he gains unlimited cursed energy and automatic reverse curse technique for 4 minutes and 11 seconds, making him unkillable. The guaranteed hit function loads the rules into the target's brain instantly, allowing it to activate faster than almost any other domain. While luck-based, the reward is absurd. Once the song starts, even the top tiers would struggle to bring him down. Since Hakari's domain is very complex with the rules, let me know if you want me to explain how his domain works in a separate video. Next is Yuta's domain. Yuta's domain allows him to select and enforce a copied cursed technique as a guaranteed hit effect. Additionally, hidden techniques are stored in blades scattered around the space, only accessible to him. Against Sukuna, he pushed the King of Curses onto the defensive, using multiple techniques in a synchronized assault with Rika. Limitless potential and layered tactics make this domain one of the most versatile, but it's not better than the top two. On second is Infinite Void, an endless realm of limitless knowledge. Unlimited Void floods a target with infinite information, paralyzing them instantly. It's the most refined domain in the series. Gojo controlled its size, collapse, and timing. However, in a prolonged clash with Sukuna, its outer shell collapsed under constant attack. Sukuna and Gojo had 5 domain clashes, where Gojo lost 4 of them because of the constant slashes from Malevolent Shrine to the outside of Unlimited Void's barrier caused it to collapse. This is why Malevolent Kitchen tops the list. It needs no barrier, extending its guaranteed slashes up to 200 meters. With Cleave and Dismantle set to adapt to cursed energy levels, nothing escapes unscathed. It overwhelmed Gojo's barrier and carved through entire city blocks. The only way to stop it is to hurt Sukuna so badly he can't maintain it. Well, what do you think? Does Unlimited Void rank higher than Malevolent Kitchen? And why if it does for you? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys want me to explain Hakari's domain, let me know about it in the comments as well. Until then, see ya.